for our picks of the week. We'll be honest, not a ton of great matchups this week on paper, which is typical for week 2, but there is one really good one in Norman. Number 15, Michigan visits number 18, Oklahoma. Both teams massively underachieved last season, but both also have highly touted QBs under center this season. For me, I'm going to start off as the Oklahoma State grad.
That's right.
Give me Michigan all day, every day. I am never betting on Oklahoma.
Yeah, I like this matchup. This is number 1 high school recruit versus like number 1 player in the transfer portal, quarterback, Mateer. I'm going to give the edge Oklahoma to experience and to home field advantage. I think that's going to play a big factor in this game. However, I do think Bryce Underwood is the real deal and an excellent football player.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think it's going to be a tough matchup with Michigan going to their home. You know, Mateer, he's a great quarterback, very quick twitch. I got a chance to watch a film on him. He looks like the real deal. Yep. And so I'm going to give the edge to Oklahoma as well. Sorry.
I like Bryce. He does like the real deal, but this is his first test. They played New Mexico State last week. This is his first time playing big-time football. Jean Mateer looked very good. You know, for Oklahoma, I'm going with Oklahoma.
I just don't even know. I'm disgusted. And when Michigan wins and smacks Oklahoma, then we can talk about it in the post-game show. We got some SEC matchups beginning this week. The Fighting Lane Kiffins of Ole Miss visiting Lexington to face Kentucky. The Rebels, a 10.5-point favorite after obliterating our hometown Georgia State Panthers 63-7 last week. Kentucky looked very unimpressive in an 8-point win over Toledo, but they did win the game last week. Bell, I'll start with you. Who you got?
Kentucky's a tough place to play. I'm going with Ole Miss. You know, high-powered. I don't think, Kentucky has enough talent on the offensive side of the ball to keep up with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, I mean, historically, Kentucky always puts together those teams that are just great every once in a while. They're playing them at home. So I think it is going to be a tough matchup with Ole Miss going into their home, but I think Ole Miss is ultimately going to get the edge.
Yeah, Kentucky struggled on offense last week. You have to be able to score points to keep up with the Lane Kiffin Ole Miss team. This is a revenge game for Ole Miss as well. Kentucky came in to Oxford and beat them last year. Guys, this has got Ole Miss written all over it.
I never really want to go against Lane Kiffin, so I'm also going to say Ole Miss. Number 13, Florida, hosting sneaky good South Florida team today at the Swamp. The Bulls coming off a blowout win over Boise State, which made the college football playoff last season. The Gators shut out Long Island University 55-0. Some saying South Florida may have a chance in this one. I'm going to be honest. I think this could be a trap game.
It definitely could be. South Florida played very well versus Boise last week, who's an excellent football team last year. However, Boise turned the ball over 3 times. I don't think the score was indicative of maybe how close this game was. But I think this is all about Florida. This is all about Florida. This is all about DJ Lagway. He looked excellent last week. I am expecting to continue to see him grow in this football game and got Florida all the way.
No, you're exactly right. Coach Napier is building a strong culture there down in Florida. Lagway's playing really, really well. I think he has to go in there, start really fast, get some points on the board, not give USF confidence. If they do get that confidence in the Swamp, it's going to be a very, very long day, and I think it's going to be a game that comes down to 1 or 2 possessions, in my opinion.
Really?
But I'm going to lean, of course, towards Florida with the edge. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 1 or 2 possession game if they give them confidence.
I feel that. South Florida's tough. They always play very, physical, very raunchy. Majority of those kids,
exactly,
they wanted to go to Florida.
You know how it is. They got the chip on their shoulder.
That's there. But DJ Lagway, he's a program changer. He looks good. And for order to Florida to take that next step and him, they got to dominate games like this. I'm going with Florida.
All right, so we're getting ready for kickoff. Quick final thoughts as we head into this one.
Yeah, this is for me, I want to see Gunner go out, command the offense again. I want to see some explosives, and I want to see the offensive line dominate the line of scrimmage in the run game and give Gunner some time for these explosive deep shots.
Yeah, I really want us to go in there, continue to establish the run, build that, continue to see Gunner get the ball to his playmakers, build that chemistry, and then on both sides of the ball, offensive line, defensive line, I want to see a dominant performance from them. Special teams, just continue to build complete games because going down the stretch, we're going to need that confidence.
Let's tune it up for next week. Great dress rehearsal. Be dominant. Get the young guys in. Let's play ball.
For Davin Bellamy, Rennie Curran, Jake Frum, thanks for joining ANF Game Time. Make sure to flip to first after the game for ANF Overtime. We're going to recap it all. Thanks for watching.